With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
You're listening to Sweep the League.
Hey, this is George Iceman Gervin, and you're listening to Sweep the League Radio.
Congratulations out to the Florida Panthers on back-to-back Stanley Cup wins. They did win over, I believe it was Edmonton. Congratulations again to Florida Panthers back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. Rudy Campos Jr. Going to go kind of slow tonight. We're going to do just you and I tonight. Derek Irvin's going to be back tomorrow. We just talked a little while ago, so be sure to join tomorrow. We might do some throwback shows tomorrow. Going to do a preview before the NBA Finals Game 6. Will it be the Thunder in 6? That was my pick before the series started. I'm going to stick to it. OKC wins in 6. We'll see if that happens. But again, congratulations, Florida Panthers, back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. What do we got going? Coach Gio is off tonight. Hopefully he will be back tomorrow as well. We should have a full crew tomorrow. Just a heads up. Next week, we're going to probably do shows on Monday, possibly Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. From Thursday on until the following week, I will not be here. I will be on vacation. I will be in Phoenix looking for a home because I'm a part of the trade for Kevin Durant, apparently. So I've got to go to Phoenix that following week and go look for a brand new home for myself and my wife, as I will be a part of the Phoenix Suns once the deal is announced. Wink, wink. No, I'm just playing. I have no sauces. I have nothing like that. So don't need to worry about that. But I will be on vacation. I will be going to Phoenix. And for all you Spurs fans out there, I will go to the Suns facilities and demand an answer to what's going on with Kevin Durant. I will be adamant to get you guys an answer when I go to Phoenix next week or in 2 weeks. So nonetheless, we'll be doing a little bit of broadcasting from there as far as, pictures and stuff like that. I'm hoping to see Rafael Devers playing with the Giants against the Diamondbacks. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But again, a couple of weeks, I will not be here on the show. I believe Jacob, Eric, and Anthony are going to be taking you guys home throughout the week while I'm on vacation. So they'll be doing a lot of Sweep the Leagues for you guys out there. And you guys just give them the same amount of love, same amount of support that you show us here nightly on Sweep the League. What do we got tonight? So we've got, of course, we're going to be locked in tonight with Jeff Garcia. He's not going to be on the show per se, but a lot of the reports that he was doing today, I'm going to talk about those. Yeah, they all involve Kevin Durant. And also, we're going to talk a little bit of draft news here. So who are some of the guys in the draft that, we want to look at? You talked about Joan Behringer from overseas. I mentioned a lot of guys overseas this morning on Jeff's post this morning on X. Sorry, my mind's going a little bit crazy right now. I mentioned a lot of players, a lot of international players for you guys out there. And we're going to talk about a lot of them. One guy in particular is Hugo Gonzalez. I've been massively, a big fan of Hugo Gonzalez I don't know. He will probably be there at 14, but I don't know if it's too early to get Hugo Gonzalez at 14. I mean, you're talking Hugo Gonzalez is probably another Manu Ginobili type of player. So you got him, Noah Senge, who I think is going to be a top 15 player in this draft. Joan Behringer is another one that's been rising. In fact, I believe you had one guy say that he was probably higher than Malik out of Duke. I don't see it. I think Behringer's a draft and stash kind of guy. He can come in and contribute, within a year or so, but he's the type of player, he's more like what the Spurs used to do in a draft and stash. Ben Saraf, a guard out of Israel. I mean, there's just a lot of great international players. I'll try to get into that here as we go on Sweep the League tonight. Again, we got a lot of Jeff Garcia stuff going on tonight, so we're going to get into it here in a minute. We got some comments in here. Leha, what's good in the hood, fellas? What's up, Leha? MCS own general contracting. I saw a post earlier. I think it was Angel that posted it on X where you had the hired help and they were basically just laying concrete over grass, wasn't prep, anything like that. You get what you pay for. You want a crappy job. Do you go play crappy prices? MCS general contracting. Again, I called him the GOAT for a reason. There's no debate. This isn't Jordan. This isn't Jordan versus LeBron. This isn't anything like that. Who gives a shit about titles and championships? All you need to know is MCS General Contracting is the GOAT. That is it. They are the GOAT when it comes to making your dreams a reality here in San Antonio and the surrounding areas. Call them today, MCS General Contracting. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League. Really got love for his Los appearance today. I got love. You got to explain to me. How did I get love today? I don't know. Nobody was really telling me anything. Rudy, at this point, is it just best San Antonio Spurs forget about targeting KD? Feels like rinse and repeat every day with the same reports. Going to get into that right now. Jacob Eric, what is up, everyone? Grading the Market Zone. Jacob Eric. Again, him and Anthony are going to be coming to you live on a few of the Sweep the League episodes while I'm on vacation. I start my vacation next Friday, but I won't be on next Thursday. I got to get some sleep. We're going to be leaving super early in the morning on Friday, so they're going to take you home, sweep the league, everything like that, guys. So appreciate what they're going to be doing. Again, also, we've got a surprise guest. Not surprise, but Sith has got another Pleading the Sith coming out. We're going to be recording it, so it's going to go live next week, but it's going to be a recorded show. We'll be sure to mention to you guys that it is a recorded episode. Very special guest that's going to be with Sith. It's going to be, I'm just going to say this. It's going to be a good, great show. It's going to be a little tamer than Leha and myself, but nonetheless, it's going to be one that you do not want to miss. It's Pleading the Sith. That's going to air this Tuesday. Again, we air it on Tuesday, so it'll be going about 7:30 on Tuesday. Then you'll have the big show, Sweep the League TV, right after it. So be sure to tune in for that. So what do we got? So we're talking Kevin Durant, and I don't know where I want to go with this. You know what? I'm going to go right here with this. We're going to get into it again. Everything that we got going out right now is going to be from Jeff Garcia. So earlier, Brian Windhorst of ESPN saying Houston Northern Spurs need to make a strong push for Kevin Durant because he wants to go to either team. So Jeff brought up the comment at this point, is it just good for the Spurs to say forget about KD and all that stuff? Look, you're going to keep going with trying to get Kevin Durant until you just can't do anything more. Right now, Phoenix obviously wants a massive haul for Kevin Durant. The Spurs aren't going to give it. The Rockets are a team that can give Phoenix a massive haul. I don't want to keep repeating the same shit over and over again. I get tired of talking about Kevin Durant. But I want to talk about the idea of this. At what point does Phoenix say, okay, we have him for one more year. We don't necessarily have to make a trade this year or even this offseason. We can go into the trade deadline, make a deal if possible. If not, he stays with us. And then at the end of the year, they can do a sign and trade. I mean, or KD can just go for nothing. I mean, that's the way it might work. But Phoenix isn't going to rush this right now. I really feel they're not going to rush it at all. And, they don't have to. They really don't. They have KD under contract for one more year. If they don't get a deal they want, fine, fantastic. If I'm Matt Ishbia, I'm thinking about like this. This is me putting my Phoenix Suns GM hat on and ownership hat as well. I'm looking at the deals on the table. And Jeff brought up a good point. It's the point that we talked about yesterday on Sweep the League. I'm looking at the offers. I'm sitting here like, you know what? Okay, I got this. Yeah, okay. These are my offers. If they're not good enough, no big deal. Who cares? I'm not going to panic right now. I'm still going to have KD. I'm still going to have Devin Booker. Sadly, you're still going to have Bradley Beal unless you get him moved. So just go into the season with it. You're a bad team beforehand. Maybe something can change. Who knows? Maybe they go after a point guard. Maybe they go after a Chris Paul, just sign him for, next season. Maybe they are able to get a Mike Conley. Just make a deal, with a point guard or just get free agents. Don't panic right now. I wouldn't panic. I would say, you know what? Okay. It's nothing I want to do right now. If I can't get what I want now, I'm not going to do it now. Wait till the trade deadline. Because why? Now you're going to get teams coming in that are fighting for playoff positioning or fighting for a playoff spot that may give you a little bit more. They may be desperate to get a player like Kevin Durant, so they may overpay for Kevin Durant.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
It's the off season right now. There's absolutely no reason why Phoenix should be panicking. And I kind of side with them. Take the best deal, whatever it is. And actually, the best deal is Minnesota's deal. Reports say Wolves are offering Phoenix the best deal so far. So why are the Suns saying no? Why don't they Kawhi him and send him elsewhere and not where KD wants? Makes no sense. So remember, we've been saying Phoenix is not going to give in to Kevin Durant. Damian Lillard wanted to go to Miami. They shipped him to Milwaukee. Jimmy Butler wanted to go to Phoenix. He had another place in mind. They shipped him to Golden State. Players don't have all the leverage or as much leverage as you think they do. They really don't. It's the betterment of the team. You're not just trading, some starter. You're trading one of the biggest superstars in the game right now. You get the absolute best deal possible if you're Phoenix. Right now, Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo. It's whatever pick I think this year plus extra picks. And on top of that, you're getting Rob Dillingham and or Terrence Shannon Jr. So if I'm Phoenix, I'm looking at that deal like that's perfect. Gives me my big man help. The big man that I coveted in Rudy Gobert. I need a big man. Rob Dillingham and or Terrence Shannon. I'm asking for both. You want to eliminate a first round pick in one of the other years you want to offer me? Take it back. I want both guys. If they can get both guys, I'm all in. You saw the way Terrence Shannon played in his limited role for Minnesota in the playoffs. Perfect. Rob Dillingham just needs an opportunity. He'll get it in Phoenix. You see what Alex Caruso means to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's why you ask for Dante DiVincenzo and you get him. That trade paints the perfect picture for Phoenix. If that offer is legitimately on the table, the first and only question I'm asking is, can you throw in both Dillingham and Terrence Shannon Jr.? And we've got a deal. If Minnesota says sure, you sign it right away. KD, sorry, didn't send you to San Antonio, didn't send you to Houston. But I sure as hell am going to send you somewhere. It's a business at the end of the day. Basketball is a business. Owners, GMs, they should not have a heart when it comes to making tough decisions like this. It makes no sense for them to have a heart. Yeah, I get it. News travels around. Oh, they treated KD like crap. They traded him somewhere else. Big whoop. Who cares? Smart players are going to know, hey, it's a business. It's a business at the end of the day. So if you're Phoenix, Minnesota brought you that deal to the table, you take it. You don't even hesitate. You 100% take it. Rudy, once all this is over, KD gets deal. Do you think deal will be underwhelming to whichever team he goes to? I think what it's going to... See, here's my thing. Again, I'm not a fortune teller. I don't really know, even though shout out to Sith, pleading the Sith's own Elias, says I'm the fortune teller. If Phoenix makes a deal now, chances are it's going to be underwhelming. It's going to be a panic type of move. But if they wait and they hold on to him until the trade deadline, barring injury, they'll get a really good return for Kevin Durant. Like a massive return. Phoenix does not have to make that move right now. They don't need to. They don't need to panic. They don't need to rush. That Minnesota deal is flawless. It is flawless for Phoenix. Then you can move on from Bradley Beal. Hell, trade him for peanuts. I don't care. Cut him. Who cares? But getting Dillingham, DiVincenzo, and Terrence Shannon, if you're able to get both Shannon and Dillingham, you get rid of Bradley Beal. 100%. Phoenix should not panic on this. Getting back to the Kevin Durant to San Antonio thing, we got locked on again. Is there any part of trying to keep up with Houston and how they are ahead of the Spurs? Like, is that why San Antonio Spurs might be the mix? So, let's be real, man. Amen Thompson, Alperen Sengun, Green, Jabari Smith Jr. Do you think that they overperformed? Like, do we really think that they are as good as they really are? Just throwing it out there. I know they got Cam Whitmore. Very young team. I think the year under Ime Udoka was really good for Houston. But let's ask the question. Did they overachieve this past year? I mean, new system with Ime. They played, boss of the wall defense. They really couldn't score. Like, they had trouble scoring. Jalen Green was very inconsistent. As a matter of fact, they've got to be looking to trade Jalen Green for something. Very inconsistent player. Can we ask that question? Can we be fair and ask, did Did Houston overachieve this year? I think they did. I really think they did. Getting Kevin Durant puts them again top 3, top 4, possibly, depending on who they have to give up. But I mean, to me, it's an overachieving team. And if you're talking about the Spurs in Houston, I think with the team the Spurs have right now, they're right there with the Rockets. I think the Rockets just overachieved. New system, everybody bought in. You know, it's looking good. But who knows what's going to happen in year 2? We've seen crazier things happen. I don't know if they have to keep up with Houston, Jeff. I really don't. I think the Spurs are on the right path, the right track. If you make a trade for KD, great. If you make a trade for somebody else, fantastic. I don't think they're as far off as we may think, only because I feel Houston might have overachieved this past season. Yeah, they finished 500 a year before, but it just seemed like this past season, it's one of those lightning in the bottles. I don't know if they're going to be, number 2 seed again. I don't. It's hard to even. I don't know. It's one of those, if maybe they had overachieved with the team that they had. Can we really be serious and ask that question? Is that a serious question to ask? Is Houston going to be willing to part with young players for KD? Isn't that what San Antonio Spurs are trying to avoid, giving up young players for an aged KD? I think, let's put it this way, the Rockets needed scoring in a bad way. Why not go after a Desmond Bane? I mean, it's not going to cost you a whole lot. It cost, Orlando 4 first rounds, but, how do we know Houston didn't inquire about Desmond Bane and Orlando said, you know what, we'll up the ante, we'll give you 4 first rounders. Boom, block, set, unprotected. Houston has the draft picks. Houston has the assets to make that kind of trade. They need to score. No matter who it is, they need to score. So I don't think it's that they don't want to give up young guys. They have a good core right now. Any trade for any type of big name player is going to involve, Jabari Smith. It may even involve Jalen Green, even though a lot of teams don't want Jalen Green because of the inconsistency. But you're probably looking at Jabari Smith Jr., who Cam Whitmore is probably another one that you're going to be looking at. Draft picks. It's tough to say. Out of every team right now, Minnesota is probably the team that has had the best offer on the table. And the Spurs don't want to get rid of it. They're apparently Phoenix is asking for Stephon Castle or number 2. That's a lot. That's your entire backcourt right there, pretty much. That's a massive haul for Kevin Durant. You are really giving up your future for Kevin Durant.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and you may have seen me on TV talking about the world's #1 expandable garden hose. Well, the brand new Pocket Hose Copperhead with Pocket Pivot is here, and it's a total game changer. Old-fashioned hoses get kinks and creases at the spigot, but the Copperhead's Pocket Pivot swivels 360 degrees for full water flow and freedom to water with ease all around your home. When you're all done, this rust-proof anti-burst hose shrinks back down to pocket size for effortless handling and tidy storage. Plus, your super light and ultra-durable Pocket Hose Copperhead is backed with a 10-year warranty. What could be better than that? I'll tell you what, an exciting exclusive offer just for you. For a limited time, you can get a free Pocket Pivot and their 10-pattern sprayer with the purchase of any size Copperhead hose. Just text WATER to 64,000. That's WATER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. WATER to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
At one point, I did say I would trade Stephon Castle for Giannis. I did say that. And, that was at the time where I thought, if they really wanted him, it's a win now situation. I'm not going to backtrack. I don't backtrack on anything. I did make that comment and I did say it. And I can't remember if it was being said before the draft. I think it was said before and then after the draft. You have number 2, so you can possibly part ways with Stephon. Draft Dylan Harper to pair up with De'Aaron Fox. And you've got Giannis as a running mate. But looking at it, I think, keeping that backcourt current in Fox and Castle is really, really good. I think that's probably the best decision to make, is not giving up Castle. Now, number 2, is number 2 worth Kevin Durant? Oh, man. Reluctantly, I say no. I mean, I wouldn't give up number 2 for him, but I think if it's presented, and maybe if you're asking for 2 and a couple of guys, I think you could probably have me buying into it. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think of ESPN's Greeny rant on KD as elite? I haven't quite heard it yet. I need to go back and listen to it, but I've heard a lot of people say it, man. Kevin Durant is still performing at a high level. I mean, he was on a really good defensive pace last year. I mean, he's playing, I think he was 4 years younger than Bron, a couple of months younger than Curry. We consider him old, but he's not technically old. He can still put up numbers. He can still be a factor for 3 years, but what do you do once he's done? Then you're going back to, Castle, Fox, and Wemby at least. Now, here's the thing. If you're able to keep number 2, and if you're able to just give away 14, let's think about it. Devin, Keldon, or Jeremy, 14 and somebody else. If you're able to keep 2 and Barnes and give away 14, you're giving away 14, I'm okay with it. I'm actually good with that. I like that move a lot. Got to have a couple of these guys. Out of the 4 guys, Barnes, Jeremy, Keldon, Devin, you got to keep at least 2 of those guys. Those are really good reserve guys right there. Barring any injury, they can all come in to start. You got to keep at least 2 out of the 4. So that's where I would stand. 2 out of the 4 plus 14 and plus a couple more draft picks. I think you're in right there. So yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah. That's what we were talking about. Yeah. I mean, Durant's old, but he's not super, super old. So that's what I'm kind of getting at here. Rudy Campos Jr. 4. Sweep the League TV. Be sure to go to our YouTube page, Sweep the League TV. Hit that subscribe button. Talking about Kevin Durant. We're not going to be on here for a whole long time tonight. We've got probably a show tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to go early before the NBA Finals, Game 6. It's going to be myself, hopefully Derek Irvin and Coach Gio. Kind of get you a little preview for the NBA Finals and Game 6. Do a little more talking about everything going on. Might even do a throwback show as well. Did you see how quick the San Antonio Spurs shut down trade talks with Barnes? Yeah, I did see that, man. The guy opens up, a basketball court for kids, and then I believe it was a reporter for Austin saying, "Oh, hey, can you talk about your name being involved in trade rumors?" Yeah. To me, I get it. Reporting is a job. You have to ask the questions, even in the most difficult time. I'm okay with asking the question. Spurs PR team basically shut it down, says we're not asking or answering any of these questions. It's just talk about what's being going on today. So Barnes looked very uncomfortable. Again, could it be because he knows something? Who knows? We really don't know right now. Spurs keep a lot of the stuff hush-hush. So I don't know, but I did see that it's a reporter doing his or her job. That's all it is, man. I mean, if you're not reporting, you're not asking the hard questions, are you really doing your job? I'm okay with that, Jeff. I really am. But Spurs PR team, they shut it down very, very quick. So I was on Locked On Spurs earlier today, and we talked about it yesterday. Does the Orlando deal affect the Spurs chase for Durant? It does not. Orlando desperately needed a scorer. They went and got Desmond Bane. They're primed to be a team to compete for at least the Eastern Conference title next season. They still need to go get a big man. I feel they've got the scorer. They got a guy who can play point guard. Desmond Bain was putting up some great numbers last year. So there's not going to affect the whole KD thing. It comes down to Phoenix wanting a whole lot for Kevin Durant. They're valuing Kevin Durant as if he was 24, 25, big time prime KD. And it's just not that. Again, don't take anything away from Kevin Durant. Great player still. One of the best. All NBA type of guy. But do you mortgage the future for 3 or 4 years at a chance to win a title? Those are the key words, guys. Do you mortgage that future for a chance to win a title? It's not a guarantee. It's a chance to win a title. If they don't win the title in the time KD's here, is everyone going to be crying and bitching about it? Well, it didn't work. Look, now we're back into, 30-win seasons, 35-win seasons, barely cracking 500. It's a crapshoot. It's always a crapshoot. Great locked on to Spurs today, as always. Appreciate it, Jacob Berg. Appreciate all the love and support for myself and Jeff Garcia on Locked On Spurs. What else we got, man? Of course, Lakers selling the franchise for $10 billion. They originally bought it for $67.5 million. I think Dr. Bus did. And the kiddos, Jeannie Bus, said, hey, you know what? Let's go make a $10 billion sale. Mark Walter is basically purchasing the Los Angeles Lakers for approximately $10 billion. Oh, man. You want to talk about a great profit? That's a magnificent profit right there. Congrats to the Lakers right there. Last thing is these draft picks. Johan Berenger out of, this is a kid. He's 6'11". He's a center. He's climbing up draft boards left and right. Is 14 too early to take him? No, he's actually really good. I think he's still a project player. A few weeks, actually last week when myself and shout out to Pledger from, Sports Star, we were on with Jeff Garcia. We made a mention of Johan Berenger and we said, fantastic kid. He's not NBA ready. He's going to be one of those stash and draft type of players. I would rather keep him overseas a little bit, let him cook a little bit overseas and bring him over in about a year or two. That's essentially the way I feel about Johan Berenger, and I'm going to stick to that right there. Right now, he's actually number 2 on my international rankings for the San Antonio Spurs. As you can see, if you scroll down a little bit here, I've got Noah Senge, Johan Berenger, Hugo Gonzalez, Nolan Traore, and Ben Sarf are my first round guys internationally. Now for the Spurs, those are the guys that I have ranked in the first round. So that's where I look at that. A lot of these guys are going to drop. Hugo Gonzalez is dropping. Again, it's just more of a need. So you might see him go probably between that 16 to 21 range. Nolan Traore, he's projected probably anywhere from that 12 to 20 range. Ben Sarf, again, that 16 to 20 range, right where you see Hugo Gonzalez, where I've got him going. Now the sneaky second rounders for this draft. Noah Pende, he could be a first round guy. Definitely could be a first round guy. The one guy I circle is Hansen Yang out of China, obviously, 7'2". This kid, now again, I'm not saying he's Nikola Jokic, but this kid could very well be a massive steal in the second round. You guys want to mark it, on 6/18/2025 at the 33-minute mark. Hansen Yang, I feel like if he goes in the second round and he's there, the Spurs could really take an opportunity to take a draft him there. I think he's one of those guys that could definitely be a steal in the second round. Does he get into the first round? No, not necessarily. If he does, shoot, man, if he does, more power to him. But he's one kid that I really, really want everybody to keep an eye on. Hansen Yang. And of course, you have Alex Tui out of Australia, and then Michael Ruzick as well. So those are my second round guys right now. again, if they're going to go 14 with a project pick, if they have him, I like Asenge. He can come over right now and actually, he can definitely come over right now and play right next to Victor. Hugo Gonzalez is a guy that can come over right away, play. Traore is another one that can come over right away and play. Johan Berenger, I feel like if you bring him over now, it's being rushed. I think he's more of a project guy. Leave him overseas. Ben Saraf is another guy that you can bring over pretty quickly and, make things happen with Ben Saraf. Ken Sanchez Spurs a project. It depends on who they go with. I think if they're going with Johan Berenger, they're going to see how he does in summer league play. And if he does good, give him the roster spot, or at least put him in Austin to where you can keep an eye on him. If he's doing really good, then bring him on up to the big show. There's no problem about that. But I think out of the 5 guys mentioned early for the first rounders in the international rankings for me, I think Johan Berenger is the one guy that I would probably stash for about a season overseas. Just let him cook, let him develop. Leja's in here, Locked On Spurs. San Antonio Spurs can't even afford Project Marvel, let alone another project player. Okay, I get that, man. They want Project Marvel. This is definitely not Project Marvel. This project will not take years to finish. Like, I guarantee that. Hopefully the Spurs call MCS to get the concrete poured and everything to make sure that everything's done right. The Universe Galaxy, hey, can you talk about the topic of Michael Jordan fans being the worst sports fans of all time? It's a good topic. I've tested it many times on my program, and lots of people get into it. You know what? I'm making note of that right now because that's a great conversation to have with, of course, former NBA player Derek Irvin and also with Coach Gio. So we will discuss that topic tomorrow. But I want to ask you this. Let me turn the tide on you before we talk about that. The topic of Jordan fans being the worst sports fans of all time. What makes them the worst sports fans? I want to know what your listeners have been saying about it, because what makes them the worst sports fans? I mean, is it because they hold Mike at a very high pedestal, way over Bron, way over, guys like Magic and everybody else? Like, he's the absolute GOAT. Is it the fact that they are stuck up just like Michael Jordan is? I mean, what makes them the worst sports fans is what I'm basically asking from your opinion and from what listeners have told you. I'd like to hear what they have to say about that. And actually, shoot me a link. I'm on X at Sweep the League. Shoot me a link. That way I can take a listen. I'd love to take a listen. But topic of sports fans, being the worst sports fan of all time for Michael Jordan, I don't know, man. I mean, I deal with Spurs fans left and right. I deal with, the sky is falling every single day. I think sports fans in general they're fantastic fans, but I think they allow sports to really get a hold of their emotions and make life tough for themselves. It's just a game. It's just a sport. It's just a player. You can have Michael Jordan all over your wall. You can have everything that Michael Jordan signed. Basketball, baseball, or basketball cards, an actual basketball, a signed Jordan jersey. At the end of the day, man, these players don't remember a lot of fans. It's very rare. But I want to know more what you're talking about with them being the worst sports fans of all time. It is a good topic. I'm going to bring it up to them tomorrow on the show. For Derek Irvin as well as Coach Gio, see what they feel about it, because again, I like to get that in a group discussion. We will talk about that tomorrow for sure. Appreciate the comment there. We're going to get to that again tomorrow. But more than anything else, guys, it's a quick show tonight. I just wanted to come on, hop on, talk a little bit about Kevin Durant, give you a little bit of insight on a couple of the NBA draft picks. Very, very quick show tonight. Shout out to MCS General Contracting, the best in the business. Call them today to make all your dreams a reality. Locked On Spurs, Jeff Garcia. I was on today's episode. Fantastic episode. The Doctor of Style Sith, pleading the Sith zone. Elias is going to be on Locked On Spurs, I believe, tomorrow. So don't want to miss the fan episode. Again, you got Great in the Market coming to you on Saturdays. Jacob, Eric, and Anthony are going to do Sweep the League starting next week for a little bit since I'll be on vacation. You got more Pleading the Sith with another fantastic guest coming on here. I believe it's Tuesday night. It's going to be recorded, so don't jump on there saying, oh, hey, why aren't you reading my comments? Nothing like that, man. You know, it's just going to be running live. So be sure to go to YouTube, search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button, drop that notification button as well, so that way you don't miss anything. We've got a whole lot. Plus, we have an old podcast that's going to be making a return, not Sweep Unplugged. Sweep Unplugged returns in August with a lot of great CEOs from some massive companies. Sweep Unplugged is coming back in August, and we've also got another old Sweep the League podcast that's going to be debuting very, very soon. The network's growing, guys. You know what? It's all free for you guys out there. We don't ask for anything from anybody. It's all free for everybody. The best way to do it, head over to YouTube, search Sweep the League TV, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the podcasts that are going to be coming up, especially the new ones that are going to be released very, very soon. So for Derek Gervin, for Coach Gio, for the entire Sweep the League family, this is Rudy Kama Jr. Until we sweep the league again tomorrow, we'll see you later, knuckleheads. Are you looking for a contracting company that gets the job done right the first time? Look no further than MCS General Contracting. MCS specializes in top quality concrete work, including patios, driveways, foundations, and swimming pools. The team of experts are dedicated to delivering exceptional results and unparalleled customer satisfaction. At MCS General Contracting, they're not just hardworking, they're local. Based in San Antonio, they are committed to building relationships and trust within the community. That's why MCS guarantees your satisfaction. They pride themselves on getting the job done right the first time, every time. So why wait? Contract MCS General Contracting today to schedule your project and experience the difference for yourself. MCS General Contracting. Building a better San Antonio, one project at a time. Proud sponsors of Sweep the League.